Hey, and we're back, everyone. I want to just jump on today, really hit a topic where whether if you're following me so far and we're trying to set our future wealth, are we actually investing or are we gambling? And what I mean by that is when we invest for the long term, right? Whenever we invest in something, right? The terms of investing, usually you're buying something with some type of return, and hopefully either in the immediate time or in some time in the future. And when we're talking about building wealth for the long term, and we're not just trading every single day, um, I've been noticing a lot of obviously advice on whether you want to day trade every day, buy and sell stocks, buy low, sell high, and all these great way to make money um, as soon as possible, right? In other words, get rich quick, right? And I want us to separate what it is that your goals are, and how I am different than anybody that's trying to just make a quick buck, or are we looking at long-term growth, long-term wealth? Because as we know it, we don't get any younger. And after watching a couple of the videos of different investing styles and different investors, that's what basically investing is. Investing is hope in the future of getting back on your investments, right? Basically getting returns on your investments for the long run, whether it is compounded every year or compounded for years in the future. And I think that's where we often get it confused, right? We look at investing as in where can I get my most money? Where can I get it as fast as I can? And that's not kind of, I feel that, the way to build for your future. Again, everybody's different. Some people love the trading game, the buying the stocks, picking the right stocks, um, being able to not even be in the stock market. Maybe they want to go into real estate. They're going to pick a hot market. They want to buy and sell, flip houses. You name it. There's so many flip cars. There's so many ways to produce quick cash, right? And this is a different. That's a different market. I think when we're talking about building long-term wealth, you want to sit and educate yourself, obviously, but invest in assets that in the long run are gonna basically return either a future income or a higher return on your investment. And at the end of the day, it depends what your goals are. I think for me, learning that investing is totally separate than gambling has taught me a lot, because even being in the finance sector, you always hear about all these new companies emerging, new technology, new type of news that's going to affect some type of sector. And there's a lot of stories of individuals that have made millions of dollars on shorting and longing and all these different situations, options, all these different ways to make money on the stock market. And also individuals that got into the real estate market back in 2008 when it went down, recession, right? So there's different ways of making money. There's a lot of individuals that make money. But my thing is, for me, is where is it that we're investing for a long term that we can eventually reap the rewards of what we invested for? What we're doing right now, what you're doing in the temporary situation, you're buying seeds. You're basically, picture yourself starting a farm, and you're planting seeds for your harvest to eventually reap that harvest. Right? Eventually, it grows to what you are hoping it will be in the future. At the end of the day, it's certain things that we can't control, right? The only thing we could control is being consistent and actually investing, not buying stuff or getting into trends, or understanding that another famous saying that I've came across the other day in the internet was by obviously the famous investor Warren Buffett, and he states that there's only two rules to investing, and number one rule is don't lose money, and number two, read rule number one. And I thought that was pretty funny because I had a different concept. For me, uh, it's like it's basically part of the game when you invest into the market and you're gonna lose it eventually. It's gonna go up and down. It's like there's a no-brainer. But he states that learning how to diversify and not letting certain markets really impact your portfolio in a great impact way. We're talking about 30, 40, 50% uh, fluctuations is kind of what investing is. Not hoping that it doesn't drop, expecting it that it does going to drop, that it's going to be ups and downs, that there's going to be a market where you have surprises and things happen, because that's just life, right? Right now, it's a pretty cool time because the stock market is doing pretty well, right? It's been on a rampage going up, but we know that eventually everything that goes up must come down. It's not. I'm not a scientist. I'm not predicting. It's just the way uh, of life, the markets, right? There's certain times where certain things are going up and certain things are going down. Right now, housing prices are insane, right? So it's fine. It's part of the markets. People are making money. People are doing great, and that's great. But also set yourself up that you eventually understand and protect yourself that things are gonna go back down. Um, there's no question that it's gonna happen, but we just don't know when. And I don't think anybody knows when. Anybody that tells us is BS. And nobody knows when things will happen. Um, Markets could be doing great, and one day just one thing happens, and things just hit the floor. But I think understanding that, preparing that, expecting that is part of that. But having yourself diversified, understanding that you're in it for the long run. You're not in it for 5 6 months, a year. Everybody has their own expectations. Everybody has their own goals. But I really wanted to share today a message where the difference between investing and when you're speculative and you're gambling, right? We're here in this channel for investing, for the long run, and to build our future wealth. We're not here for stock picking, what's hot, what's not, what to drop, what to sell, what to buy. That's a whole different investment strategy. And some experts don't call that investing, they call that speculative. In other terms, gambling. And I think one of the things that if you are like me, I'm not a big gambler. I never really care for it. And I think for me, understanding that I'm going to a situation where I'm gambling, I don't feel very comfortable. And I think a lot of the individuals that I spoke to when I was restoring the banks, a lot of my clients, they were scared because that was the belief and the concept that they were basically gambling with their money, that the whole market was a casino and they were just there gambling, and hopefully didn't go down, and hopefully didn't it went up and didn't go down too much. And that was kind of their approach, which why they were scared and they just didn't put any money anywhere, and they just sat in the bank and just felt secure there, which you're right, you're the most secure in the bank. But as we all know, not the smartest for the long term, to just leave it there for us to die, right? We have to learn how to work our money. If I was watching right now and I'm your age and you're young and you're watching this channel, learn about money management. And what I mean is get a little bit more educated, learn about the simple, yes, we all know the basics, budgeting, saving, putting away money for retirement. What are the other things I always taught us? Spend less than what you make. All these things are great, but understand and learn money, how it works, the function of it, why the way the economy works, why things way the way they work. Learn these things as a basic concept because it does. We all use money every single day, and it's funny to me as well that we don't really know how it works, why it works the way what it does, what makes things tick. So I think the more you can get a little more educate yourself on how money works, which has inspired me for me to start this channel and kind of really elaborate more, because I really always like the concepts and articles of it. So if you're starting your journey today and you want to start investing, understand if you are ready to invest or you're ready to gamble. If you're gambling, then this is not the channel. If you're starting to invest and you want to invest for the long run, then hopefully you can like my videos. We'll be following each other. I see a lot of finance individuals on me as well, working together as a community, and understand that we're in for the long run, and we're here for future wealth, future income. And I hope that this brings a little bit of a light to a crazy time right now where everything is kind of unknown. So hopefully we'll be on our right track, and wish the best luck. So I'll see you next time. Peace.